morning, Peace Academy. I'm Cody.
And I'm Eli. Welcome to the Cyber Tiger News Show. Today is Thursday, May 5th, 2022.
Let's take it to Donna for today's weather report.
Thanks guys, today's high will be 86 degrees. It's going to be sunny. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Daily winds blowing north-northwest at 30 miles per hour. The low for tonight will be 59 degrees and sunset will be at 8:32 p.m. Back to the studio.
Thank you for today's weather. It is time to celebrate birthdays. This month we will be announcing names for those students who have birthdays in May and June. There are no birthdays for May 5th. We do have one birthday on June 5th, Camila Mata.
Happy birthday! Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Now for a moment of silence.
Today is Teachers Appreciation Week. Teachers Appreciation Week began in 1953 when former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt proposed that Congress set aside a day to acknowledge the work of educators.
For this week, we should give appreciation to our teachers. Today we're going to recognize the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teachers. So if you see any of the 2nd through 6th grade teachers, say hi and happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Today is Cinco De Mayo. What May 5th or Cinco de Mayo means Mexican food, fun, and fiestas. But did you know that without what happened on this fateful day, the United States may have not existed as we know it today? What exactly happened on this day for us to celebrate?
Let's start by clearing the biggest misconception. No, Cinco de Mayo is not the Mexican Independence Day, but that does not mean it's less important or notable than it actually is. For the history behind it dawns on the importance of the landscape of North America as a whole.
Mexico was struggling with money for the second time, and France had to come and help. Because of this, France had the hopes to gain control of the Latin American country under the rule of Napoleon III. The French general Charles de Ronche directed the army towards the capital of Mexico City with the intent to overthrow the president of Mexico, Benito Juarez.
But things don't go as planned, as they encountered heavy resistance, ending with the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862. even if the French forces had half the numbers of their opponents, the Mexican army led by Ignacio Zaragoza managed to successfully win over the French army at Puebla, a city just 70 miles from the Mexico City. 4 days later, on May 9th, Juarez declared Cinco de Mayo a national holiday.
While the battle in itself was not a major win, and the French took control of Mexico 2 years later in 1864, it served to lift the spirits of resistance forces and help them to gain an alliance with the Americans to successfully make Napoleon's forces withdraw, since it is believed the French would have likely aided the Confederacy at the Civil War. Mexico's resistance likely changed the history of the United States. Let's see what's on the menu for today. Chicken taco, soft beef whole grain tacos, cilantro lime brown rice, seasoned pinto beans, carrots, fresh fruits, and low fat or chocolate milk.
It's now time for our daily joke. Why did the kid bring a ladder to school?
Because she wanted to go to high school. That's a slap on the knee.
It's now time to take it to Ed Corner for On This Day in History.
On May 5th, 1961, Navy Commander Alan Bartlett Shepard Jr. is launched into space on board the Freedom 7 space capsule, becoming the first American astronaut to travel into space. The suborbital flight, which lasted 15 minutes and reached a height of 116 miles into the atmosphere, was a major triumph for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the two superpowers raced to become the first country to put a man in space and return him to Earth. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Ed Corner. It is now time for our daily riddle. You cut me, slice me, dice me, and all the while you cry. What am I?
If you think you know the answer, stop by the Com Lab. If you guess correctly, you will receive a dojo point.
This concludes today's edition of the Cyber Tiger News. I'm Eli.
And I'm Cody. Weather was by Donna. Ed Corner was by Elim and Donna.
Have a great day and tune in tomorrow for another edition of the Cyber Tiger News. Have a tigerific day! Woo!